Good evening, everybody. So I'm super excited today. I just can't believe it, honestly. Like we was hoping, we was like fingers crossed, hoping that this could happen. And I'm so elated to say that we were able to get the lead, Mrs. Sharrone Lanier, on this Facebook Live. And before Sharrone, thank you so much for coming and like talking with us and having a conversation with us tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm just glad my schedule could finally work out. So thanks for having me and for being persistent with trying to get these times down. That's what's up.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Thank you
Well,
so much.
I know I'm not a star. I don't get no love, but I'm cool. Sharrone good. She good. That's my buddy. We go back.
Stop
Yes. Oh my. Yep. His face ain't on the poster. Sharron's face is on the poster. You know,
I can put my face on the poster.
I'm sure you guys have recognized her. Honestly, Sharrone, I don't know if you know this, but just a couple of weeks ago, I was just randomly watching something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there she is on America's Best with the eyewear." And so I'm wearing eyewear. It's not because
No.
we were in the commercial. I wish it was, but honestly, I was just so excited. I was like, I know her, but I don't know her because I've never met you. I worked in post-production, and so being able to see you on screen, it's like, oh my gosh, what you portrayed in the film was so amazing that I just felt like
You're covering up your audio.
is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We heard you.
Y'all heard me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we did.
All right.
Yeah, by the way, what did you do with post-production? Because I don't even know.
Okay, well, so basically, okay, that is a great question because really, what Bo did was he had us come and do screenings. Because I work with him on a writing team for a new project that he's working on. So I'm helping with writing, and so in that he was like, "Hey guys, I'm doing edits. I'm writing, or I'm finishing up these edits, and I want you guys to come out and do the screening." And so when you auditioned for this role and you were acting in this role, this movie was named something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It was. So this movie was initially named, what was that? After the Buzzer Sounds?
After the Buzzer Sounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Bing.
And so, and so if it's okay for me to share this, so while doing the screenings and he had us watching this movie, I'm like, a part of the team, and we're just like, Bo, I gotta tell you, as much as I know that you've had that name before, to me, the main character and this mother's love and what she is, going through, and I feel like this film is more about this mom than it is about the story of him playing basketball. And I said that honestly, I was like, we don't know what you're going to name it. I was like, but if we can maybe consider this name being something different. And so then he came up, we all kind of like chimed in with some different ideas, but at the end of the day, Bo, what do you say? He writes checks. And so he had the final say on that. But we ended up
see what you did there.
He ended up, with finally, it was finalized that it would be A Mother's Hope. And I feel like the name is so befitting of what this film is about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna jump in here. I know you're
okay. No, go ahead.
But so I was a part of this film. Man, when we shoot that, like 2005 or 6? I don't know.
2006, I think it was 2006.
Yeah. So Bo shot After the Buzzer. That's like almost 2 decades ago when you think about it. That's crazy in my mind. So I was a part of the film then.
And she was 12 and she was playing the mother.
Wow.
12,
it's crazy because I was like, I don't know, I was in my 20s, 24 or something like that, I don't know, but and I played the same exact role that I play now. So my daughter was maybe 4 years younger than I was, but I was her mom and she was like my teenage kid.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
And all that was crazy. But I fell in love with the script then, and it's called After the Buzzer Sounds or whatever. And I never thought about the name, never. So then when we went to reshoot this time, which by the way, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but such a beautiful, different experience. I'd like that. It just sounded right to me, After the Buzzer Sounds. So when Bo called and he was like, we're changing the name, I was like, well, in my mind, I was like, well, why would you do that? But then, he explained something. I was like, that's interesting. I actually, as an actor, like hadn't even thought of it like that way. So I just think that's pretty cool to, yeah.
Awesome. So I didn't realize that you were a part of that original film. And so for some of those who are just joining in, and who don't know that, so this was Bo's second time shooting this actual script. And so that brings me to another question. So what initially drew you to that script and being able to say, you know what, I think I like this role. I want to be a part of this project.
Yeah, so back then I was pretty new to like the professional world. Like I studied theater and I had done more stage work at that time, but I was wanting to do more TV film. And at that point in time, I was still actually doing more theater and still did after After the Buzzer. But like initially what drew me was that it was a faith-based project and it was film. So I was just like, I didn't really care what the script was. I was like, it's faith-based. Right? So then after getting the role and exploring more, like I just loved how God is like always talking to us. He's always speaking to us. But the question is, do we hear him? Do we recognize him? Do we see him? So I just thought that the film was like so powerful in putting out that particular message. Yeah. So I just jumped in and yeah. So that's that. So obviously I had no kids at the time. Not obviously. I shouldn't say obviously, but I did not have kids at the time. So I don't know. I was just pulling from like, using all my emotional tools that I could, but that's pulling from a total different space is the space that I was able to pull from now. So now I've been married for 20 years. I have 3 boys, aged 15, 12, and now 11. So being able to jump back into this character and just really being able to go there, like, like, man, if this was my son, like, what would I do? How does this make me feel? Total different experience.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how it came out on screen because I haven't seen it yet. But
are we doing that? We doing that? Okay.
But I know, like,
she blames me for her not being at the premiere.
Yes, I'll blame you live. I blame Bo for me not being at the premiere.
Oh wow!
He did tell me. He told me about the dates, but he told me like too late. So I had booked another gig out of town, so I had to travel, so I couldn't make it to Jacksonville and all that jazz.
Oh man!
She said another gig. She was shooting another movie. Movie star.
Well, you bring up an interesting point. So the emotion that you felt in this, you could tell the difference in what you were able to portray and bring out in this second time around. So the experience, the second time around, you felt like it was from a different pool of emotions as a mom.
Yeah, I feel like the first time, like I still felt it. So it was coming from a place of like, how would I feel if this happened, and just jump in there and just be in the moment. But it's different. Like when you have different experiences, you're able to live things in a different way. So yeah, this one just felt more like, I don't know, connected because I am a mother.
Let me say when she was okay. I want to talk about what her ability when there was a scene that we were shooting, and Preston, who plays her son, Jacob, we were actually in a house shooting on the green screen, right? And she came with all this emotion, and he couldn't even hold his line. He said, "Wow, she's good." So we couldn't even get to the scene because she came right at it, and it threw him off.
Wow. That's awesome. I mean, you know what? Bo gave us a little bit of, you've done more film since that initial time that you did the Buzzer Sound. So you've done The Resident, Vampire Diaries, and you've headlined and more movies since then. So you circle back around and you work with Bo again. What was it like? You've seen other director styles. You've worked with other directors. What draws you to, or what is it like working with Bo with him being a director?
Oh, well, it was easy for me to say yes again because I love his heart. So I just remember like the conversation that we had the first time around, and him really wanting to spit out truth, God's truth, and not just like make a name for himself, but actually, point people towards God with his messages and stuff like that. So that was like number one. But then like he was like just such a joy to work around, so funny, like will always have you like laughing and just easy. Like you can be relaxed and be yourself, and he listens to like if you have suggestions for your character. He's not like no, just do it this way. Like you can actually collaborate. Sometimes you get in situations with directors and they're just like, nope, this is how I see it, just do it. And then you're like, wait, but, and they're like, no, just do it that way. And so it's like, okay, I can do that, but it doesn't feel authentic. You know what I mean? So now you're all in your head space as opposed to like just being able to live in the moment. You're like, is this what the director wants? As opposed to just being free. And so I love that. Like Bo just allows you to be free. So boom. Everybody should work with Bo.
Everybody should work with Bo. So talking about your director style, you being, this person that's easy to work with, or, that even has this lightheartedness, like Bo, like, do you have some directors that have inspired you in your work, and with you being able to, like what directors have you used to inspire you to write and direct?
Well, basically for me, I watch a lot of behind the scenes stuff and try to glean from directors and stuff like that. And one of the biggest thing I heard Spike Lee say, when you do a movie, you don't have to have all the answers, but you just want to basically initiate thought. And I saw some behind the scenes stuff of directors doing certain things. And, I started in theater. I was director in theater. I had a gospel play out. And I found it that in the midst of going through that scene, sometimes somebody may have a great idea. Let's try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, then we can always go back and go back to the original. And so I am one that understands that as brilliant as I am,
Lord, and humble,
I don't have all the answers. So that's why you can tap into other people's creativity and their abilities.
Awesome. So Spike Lee was one of those directors who you were able to, like, you were inspired by. That's cool.
And somebody like Stephen King has these. He's just his mind, his brilliance is just out there, and so that's kind of one of the things I try to find twists and turns. And how can we do this? And how can I, make this happen? People's like, wow! You want to get the wildness out of people by what they're seeing and what they're going through.
I like what you said too about being able to tap into other people's abilities, because that's like we're all created differently, right? Like and like the body of Christ, right? You got the hand, the foot, the finger, the fingernail, you know what I mean? And so it's just we need to use each of those parts, as we were created to be. So yeah, we don't have to have all the answers, but let's use this leg that has the answer and bring it all together. And that's what makes for a beautiful picture. Beautiful picture.
Yes.
I mean, I think that we use those skill sets in life, just in general, being able to just pull from everybody, because when we do that, they say teamwork makes the dream work, right? And so, So Sharrone, before we go, right now we were able to get some of your time, and we're just so grateful for that. But I mean, we're pulling you from a film. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on right now?
Yeah. So Carol, the musical. So it's basically a spin on the Christmas Carol, with Ebenezer Scrooge.
Okay.
But it's coming from a faith-based perspective, and they've turned it into a musical. And so like
you singing?
I'm singing, but listen, y'all don't get it twisted. Like I ain't no singer, I don't sing, but I can sing. I sing with the eye a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that ain't really me. So I'm not the lead. But my character, and the song that I do is pretty like it's more like a rock style. So Not like I had to be that skilled, but basically, but it's fun though. But you have like the Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future, and so I play Christmas future, so more of the mysterious, mystic one is my character. It's pretty fun. A whole lot of makeup, a whole lot of hair. Yeah, so that's
so when can we see it? I mean, is it coming out next year?
It is going to release for this Christmas season. So they're hoping for I don't know what's going to happen, but they're hoping for theatrical nationwide release.
Okay, cool.
But I don't know like what's going to actually happen. But it'll definitely be available for this Christmas season. But on what platforms, I can't say for sure.
Oh wow. Well, we're gonna be looking for it. I'm just super excited. Oh man, starstruck is like an understatement. Yeah, it's an understatement. I'm like, I got to talk to her. All right. And so all right. Well, Miss Sharrone, thank you so much for your time. Okay, go ahead.
Can we quickly talk about tomorrow? We have a showing
absolutely
at the movie theaters tomorrow and Sunday, and I checked the ticket sales, and ticket sales are going really, really great. And we know that Jacksonville is a walk-up town, so my concern, as we kind of talked about before, is it's selling out, and then you're forced to go Sunday. But here's what's crazy: there's more ticket sales for Sunday than Saturday. I think people are getting together, going after church, and a couple of churches has bought some blocks, and I'm like, okay, so what do we do? Can we get another theater? So we're still trying to work on finding what's available. Maybe we can do a rollover. So that's
so Saturday. You guys still have time. You still got time, and so you got showings on tomorrow.
Get your ticket now.
Yes. Yep. And they're on Eventbrite. And Bo, what's your website address?
BoFilmworks.com, and you can go there and it'll take you. You can choose your show. You can also see behind the scenes footage. You can also see the trailer and pictures that make up what we did. So hold on a second. I gotta. Stop.
Oh yeah, busy man.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, so it's in Jacksonville right now at one theater, but you may have to get another theater. Correct? Am I understanding that correct?
Yeah.
Or correctly?
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, but in the meantime, we're also working on what is next, and so we want you to get out there now because we don't know when we'll be going. To a platform where you guys can all see it. But so like let's get in while you can. Okay. And so thank you so much again, Sharrone. Thank you, Bo. Again, A Mother's Hope is showing this Saturday and Sunday at Regency AMC. And so you guys have the opportunity to still see the movie. We thank you. Love you guys. Take care.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.